Okay, let's go. We should be good. What is going on, my homies? My name is LeoCoys, and apart from being a Tottenham Hotspur fan, I'm a huge Colorado Rapids fan, and today will be the first time we're doing a live stream, Colorado Rapids based, and I feel like this is just the first of many to come, my homies, of many live streams to come that are Rapids related. The reason we did run a little late is because we're making ourselves a coffee. So apologies for that. I am in my garage and it is a bit colder. This stream was supposed to take place yesterday, but it was really cold here in the Mile High City. So I decided to postpone it. And a good thing I did, because I did a bit of work on the back end of this YouTube stream here, and kind of got a bit of talking points ready, kind of got some stuff ready so that I have something to talk about. But first, I do want to say big up to Luca Talks Ball, my homie. You're putting in a lot of work, my homie, and keep grinding, bro. I'm enjoying the MK Dons vlogs. I can't say I enjoy the Arsenal content. However, I do enjoy the MK Don stuff, my homies. Yeah, all right, man. I hope you're all right, my homie. I hope you're all right. I know it's late, so thank you for tuning in, Luca. Big up. And then we have Kellum. Yo, my homie. Kellum, big up to you, my homie. I hope you are well. I hope you are staying warm and staying safe, my homie. So look, without further ado, my homies, like I said, I did have some stuff kind of planned out that I wanted to get going for this live stream. Let me get a couple of these banners going. Before we go any further, my homies, like the stream. Let me just send this link out real quick into into the Discord group. See if any of the homies there wouldn't mind coming over here and saying what's up to the homie while we're doing this live stream. Here, we'll do that in a second. Let's see here. All right, let's go. So, of course, we are talking about the Colorado Rapids, my homies. We play in the MLS, which is the top tier here in the United States. I'm freezing, bro, but I'm all good, homie. Big up. That's what we like to hear. We do play in the MLS. The top tier in the United States. Last season, the Rapids did do, like you guys know, the last season was my first season being a Rapids fan, and I was up for a huge ride, my homies. We won a trophy, which was the Rocky Mountain Cup, Supporters Cup, which is, we share a rivalry with the Utah team called Real Salt Lake. And it was fun to watch them turn over the trophy and give it to us. My homie says he's doing a Rapids career mode. That's what's up, my homies. That's what we like to hear, the Rapids career mode. So like I said, I got some stuff here. First of all, let's go over the Rapids team as it stands right now. We are about to play our first game in a couple of days' time. And it's only right that we go over our squad. Let me go ahead and share this screen with you over here. Where we at? Share. Are we doing that right? Did I do that right? Okay. Now let me do this even more. Let's see here. Okay. All right, my homies. Bear with me. I am new to do it. Not new, but getting back into it. Let me see what I got to do here to get that screen back up how it was. How do I have that like that? Okay, I think it's like here. Here we go, my homies. Yes, this is what I wanted to do right here. Let's see here. Let's go. We have the Kaufman in here. Ben Kaufman, my homie. Big up to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping by on the Rapid stream. Let's go. We have Logan up the PIDS, excited for the CONCACAF Champions League game on Tuesday. Logan, we will be getting into that, my homie. We will be getting into that. How good is Rapids, where you are expected to finish at the end of the season, and who are your favorite players? Bro, we're going to start this one. How do I start this one? I'm going to start that comment right there, Kellum, and then we're going to come back to that, because I actually, this is the type of stuff we are going to be talking about, my homies. Let me see here. Let me plug in my laptop, Pimpin'. All right, let's go. I hope my laptop is charging there. Oh, it is. Wait, why are you not? Wouldn't that just be fitting to have some tech issues? All right, so let's see here. We have on here. All right, so we do have a couple of notable players for the U.S. men's national team. Some of our players are they do get called up to the national team. The more known right now would be Zach Steffen, who is our goalkeeper. I'm not too familiar with the majority of our players. However, Zach Steffen was a product of the Manchester City team. I know he came here from Manchester City. Excuse me. And like I said, he's getting and finding his groove back for who is now Pochettino. Pochettino is now the head coach for the national team. Bear with me, my homies. Let me plug it. Well, my homies, this might be a shitty situation when my laptop is not charging, and I don't even know why. So if that happens, we'll just stick to this one here. As a matter of fact, you know what, my homies? We're just going to play it by ear. We'll get rid of that one right there. And if it does end up crashing out over there, we will just do it right here. I'm just stopping by to hit a like and a slate, and I'm here going to bed. Yeah, my homie, I appreciate you stopping by. Much love to Ben and the coffee company. Are the Rapids doing better than Spurs? Look, the Rapids haven't even started yet. We do start in about on Tuesday. How many days is that from now? So, yeah, we will be definitely getting the season going. Well, I wanted to be able to present to you guys, and I'm honestly like, I apologize for not having this situated. I don't know why my laptop is not charging, but I wanted to go over, first of all, the different competitions that the Rapids are in. So we will start our season against LAFC. Like the homie here says, Hugo does play for LAFC right now. This will be his second time coming through. Is it second or third time? I think whatever, but it'll be his second season with that team coming through to Denver. And of course, I think I'm going to gather the homies from the Colorado Spurs to drop by and go check it out. Because last time it was fun. But look, let's talk about the Champions League. The Champions League here is known as the CONCACAF Champions League, and we barely managed to get our feet into that competition. So it is a bit worrying. You know, we made it to this level. Are we going to be able to continue on that level? Honestly, I thought this, not yet, my homie. The way the MLS works and the way the seasons are over here, they're a bit staggered off. It's not the same season as the Premier League is. We're literally on the cusp of starting our new season. And yo, True Gooner, my homie, big up to you, Josh. I hope you're doing well, my homie. Big up to you and your channel, doing massive work for the Gooners. He's doing massive work for the Gooners. I'm not gonna lie, but of course, the homie is always welcome on the channel because it's nothing but respect to True Gooner. Josh holding it down for what is, of course, his team. And Big up to the Rapids. Of course, big up to the Rapids. Appreciate the support, my homie. I love it, though. Football nonstop is a dream. That is a good point, because here right now I need a pick-me-up, my homie, and the Rapids about to start is the perfect pick-me-up that I need. So I wonder if it's just the connection there that's because that's gonna bother me, man. I really wish I could have. Give me one more attempt to try and plug this in. I mean, look what I got going right here, my homies. I got the whole setup going. So give me 1 second again, my homies. I apologize. So we're going to see if that did anything for it. Yes, love every time. Of course, my homie. Of course it is, bro. Of course, my homie. So where was I? We're going to start off with the CONCACAF Champions League, because that is the first competition the Rapids are going to be able to contest. Like I said, we barely managed to scrape in. What the CONCACAF Champions League is of course, it's just like any type of other, like the UEFA Champions League, the Asian Champions League. You know, it's the best of the best in your part of the world. And in this case, we will be going up against some pretty big competition, some heavyweights from Mexico. And then, of course, you have some of these Caribbean teams. I don't know how far south the CONCACAF goes, but I want to say there's even some Central American teams in there. Loving the setup, background, Milan in the background. Look, bro, I actually made a video a while ago talking about these. I used to wear a lot of red when I used to participate in doing some dumb stuff as a young kid. And when I got out of it, I kind of still stuck with wearing red, and I kind of had some PTSD. I'm not gonna lie, I had PTSD, bro, and I had to go see a therapist, and my therapist gave me that. So it's from Milan, homie. So it's official. It's official. Yes, and then thank you, the Blue Rapids shirt, and then we have the blue one right here. But look, let's talk about the CONCACAF Champions League. Is this a tournament that I feel the Rapids have the possibility of winning? Man, I'm not even going to lie, my homies. This would be one of the toughest competitions for the Rapids to win, would be the CONCACAF Champions. And this is why, like I said, because we're going up against not just the heavyweights in the Mexico bracket, but like I said, you have some of these huge Caribbean teams and some of these bigger teams that we're not used to seeing. But look, it's a gift and a curse, because just like we would have to go to some of these crazier grounds that, you know, we never, ever probably been to or heard of, they have to come here to the Mile High City as well and fight against our team, which I'm really bummed out that my laptop took a crap on me, because I had, you know, I wanted to show our lineup and stuff, our possible lineup, which, you know, I'm just going to have to do another live stream in a couple of days to really do that, because I want to go over and show I want to show you guys a potential squad that we can build. I want to look over some of these new signings that the Rapids have made over this offseason. Excuse me, my homies. And so right now, getting back to the Champions League, our first match, which would be a home and away with LAFC, the team that Hugo Lloris plays for. And not only that, they also have Oliver Giroud. LAFC is a stacked team. And this is a game this is a home and away series that's just basically as a buy-in to the Champions League. So we need to win throughout the series in order to make our way to what would then be, I guess, the group stages of the CONCACAF Champions League. So it's the Champions League for me is definitely a tough ask in my homies compared to maybe the Leagues Cup, which we will get into. And then, of course, the MLS season is a different animal because you can be the best team throughout the whole season, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee you're going to win the trophy come the end of the playoffs. Last season, the Rapids managed to barely limp into the playoffs. We managed to secure a playoff spot fairly early, earlier than most of the other teams. However, once we managed to solidify that spot, we kind of seen our form drop, and we went into the playoffs literally limping in and on a bad run of form, and we kind of crashed out right away. But again, we had a long season we had a very long season last year, and a lot of it had to do because the Rapids just didn't have the desired and the required depth in certain positions. I mean, I'll even say we just didn't have the desired depth and the required depth throughout the whole squad. There was times when our midfield lacked some backup, and there's times when our defense did. There was a time I don't know how many games it was that Georgi Mihailovic, one of our star players, was out with international duty with a mid-season Olympic run with the U.S. national team, and they did pretty good. So he was away from our squad for a bit of a time. And also, we had a huge rise in a player called Moise Bombito, who really, really rose to, just solidify that center back spot to his own. And I say this because in past tense, because he no longer plays with the Rapids. He's a player now for OG Nice over in France. And honestly, I hope he balls up, because I was able to see what this young player was able to offer the Colorado Rapids. The homie Callum says, I'm off to bed soon, homie. It's late and need to be up early. Just made sure I'd hop on and say what's up on your Tottenham Live. I'll make sure to be able to join on camera too. Up to you, though, homie. Yo, Callum, off to you, my homie. Get some rest, bro. Stay safe. And yeah, my homie, not only is it come on you Spurs, but it's up the Pids, my homie. Yo, I'm actually sipping on some pretty good Ethiopian espresso. So let's get back into it, my homies, because I'm really enjoying this Rapids chat here. Let me now fire off that link, my homies. Now that we got some time going, if anybody is in here, would you please drop a like for the video? And if you're here and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Again, this is a place where you'll be able to find Tottenham Hotspur content, and of course, as you guys are seeing now, Colorado Rapids content. Let me go ahead and pop this in here. Yeah, so I just popped that into the Discord, see if anybody drops by and says what's up. Shout out to all the homies from the Mile High City watching this either live or on playback. Let's get cracking with it. So let's just chat a bit before we get into the upcoming competitions. We did talk about the CONCACAF Champions League, which I mean, like I said, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but that competition, I find it hard for us to even make it into the next round. So have a good night, everybody. Yeah, big up, my homie. Have a good night, Callum. And thank you for stopping by, my homie. I find it very hard for the Rapids to try and squeeze any type of result away at LAFC, because that is a tough place to go. It seems like their fans and their team have really grown into that stadium, and they're making it a tough place for them. So as long as we can make it to LA and back, hold in maybe a point, Three would be dope. Holding the point for sure. I give ourselves a chance against any team that's coming to the Mile High City. Just because I seen it all last season where teams would come and play against the Rapids and would get tired out. And by the second half, Chris Armas would have our team just swinging. And the majority of our victories would come later on in the supporters section end of the stadium, and it made for a fucking dope ass time throughout the whole season because plenty of times we were getting some good action in the home end. So yeah, my homies, listen, I touched a bit about some of our players being out injured over the last season. Cole Bassett was one of those players that picked up an injury later on in the season. And again, this was really synonymous with the time where, our form started to drop off because Cole Bassett was the engine in our midfield and probably to our whole team. Before he picked up that injury, this guy was picking up minutes. And tons of minutes. When I would see him play, he would touch every blade of grass. And like I said, when he was injured, that's when our form and our results started to dip. So definitely this season we're gonna need to rely on players like Cole Bassett. And like I said, these other established national selection team players. Cole Bassett is in there. Sammy Vines is in there. Zach Steffen is in there. So the Rapids have some quality players. And of course, we made some new signings. Oh, my laptop taking a crap on me right now has hindered me from being able to pull up the names. But I know we just got the new dude, Ted from DC. Is it DC United that we got him from? We just picked him up. We picked up two defenders from Cincinnati. We signed a new product, Sam Bassett, related to the before-mentioned Cole Bassett, who signed his professional contract and is now, I guess, a homegrown player for the Rapids. So that's something that for this season, I'm pretty excited to see with the Colorado Rapids is the introduction of some of these more homegrown players. We've seen Darren Yappy step up massively for the Rapids last season. Sam Vines came back to the Rapids. Again, I wish I could have my laptop because I had some of this stuff here ready to show you guys. Some of our players for the Rapids have come back from stints in Europe, and now they're joining the ranks here in Denver. Players like Reggie Cannon, who was last playing at QPR, if I'm not mistaken, who is a Tottenham fan. The last day of the season, the homie and I were able to ask him who he goes for, and he, without hesitating, said Tottenham. So big up to Reggie Cannon, the only Yito that I've met from the Rapids team. Let's see. So yeah, let's go. Let's talk about like I said, Georgi Mihailovic was out injured, was out with the national team. We had injuries to Cole Bassett. Where else am I missing some injuries? We had some injuries to Sam Vines. Sam Vines was who really grew into that role as a left back, if I'm honest with you. Now, okay, on my next live stream, we'll definitely go into doing some sort of squad building and seeing where we think these players rank at in terms of the squad positioning and stuff like that. So we'll keep that in mind for doing something like that, because I definitely want to talk about our different options that we have both at left back and right back. And now like I said, with the purchase of these new players from Cincinnati, these two defenders, it's going to add a lot of depth, because like I said, at the end of the season, when we were going into this late run of a lot of fixtures, it really piled up on us, and we really felt our legs tired towards the end of it. You could just see it. It was very, very. My homies, my bad. My pops is calling me. I actually should take this. I'm sorry. Yeah, my homies. When your parents call, answer it. It could be important, or it could just be an invitation to a poker party next Saturday. Um, but no, let's go. Where were we at? I lost my train of thought. Um, Anyways, let's go. So I do want to see. We were talking about how towards the end of the season, we kind of just fell off. We were picking up a lot of these games because one thing I did want to talk about, and we will, is the Leagues Cup. So we got into the Leagues Cup and went on a nice run in the Leagues Cup. Wait, so this actually will tie into how we made it to Champions League. If I'm not mistaken, we made it so far in the Leagues Cup that we qualified for Champions League. So if it wasn't for the run of fixtures that we had throughout this time, we wouldn't have qualified for that Champions League spot. So we did qualify in third place. Leagues Cup, let me just go ahead and go off. I guess I'll segue to the Leagues Cup because that is the next competition that I did want to talk about. The Leagues Cup is a competition between the MLS and the Mexican Liga MX. It's not a competition between the two. It's a competition consisting of the both leagues. And somehow they come up with some sort of seeding process, and you end up getting drawn 3 opponents. And in this case, I can't pull it up for you, but we were drawn with Santos Laguna. We were drawn with Cruz Azul, and we were drawn with Tijuana, Los Cholos de Tijuana. So 3 Mexican teams that we will be facing. If I remember correctly, 2 of those games, Santos and Tijuana, will be played here in Denver, and the game against Cruz Azul will be played, I want to say, in California. The way the Leagues Cup works is a crazy format. Our 2 games that we played here, technically, we were away at home, which felt very weird. But it honestly brought a different vibe to Dick's Sporting Goods Park because we were able to see. Well, for me, I definitely enjoyed talking to different fans. I enjoyed talking to the Toluca fans before I became really a fan of any team. Like I said, I supported a bunch of red teams, and Toluca, being Los Diablos Rojos, a red team. So it felt cool being able to talk to the fans and seeing a team that a long time ago, you would watch. And now Santos Laguna is a team, huge history. Cruz Azul, is it Cruz Azul? Yeah, Cruz Azul is a huge team that we're playing. And Cholos, an up and coming Mexican team with so a good competition for you to try and go out there and play against some of these better teams. And again, like I said, last season in this tournament, we made it so far and qualified in third place for the Champions League. So it does add more fixtures to our season. But the good thing about the Leagues Cup is they've managed to find a certain time frame throughout the normal MLS season to jam in these 3 fixtures that could then lead to a possible maybe 4 or 3 more fixtures if you make it to the final. So you have to be a team that's getting depth. You have to be, let me rephrase that. You have to be a team that is, that has depth. You have to have a team that's able to run a lot and have some very good legs under you. And the Rapids do. We play in a higher altitude. Some of these Mexican teams do as well. And I'm sure some of these CONCACAF teams that will be playing in the Champions League, if we make it that far, also play at a high altitude. But we use that to our advantage here in the Mile High City. I seen that. Like I said, I seen that all season long when teams would come and face us. They would get tired out, and by the end of the game, the Rapids still had energy in their legs. So let's see. I can't pull up to see exactly when the League Cup starts, what time of year. But we will by then already be a fair amount into our MLS season. So let's just hope that by the time we get to that point, we have some pretty good rhythm. Damn, really takes a bite out of what I wanted to do here without that. Why don't you charge, dude? What the hell? I've never had an issue with this thing not charging. Weird. Yeah, so excuse me, my homies. Yeah, if you're still here, please, my homies, like the video. It's gonna let me know to keep doing these live streams. I mean, we're gonna keep doing them, my homies. Either way, I want to be able to make this a more regular occurrence where I'm doing pre-match, not the day of, but maybe a couple of days before. We can do maybe like a pre-match look at towards the game ahead and a post-match review of the last game. I guess in this case, it would be a review of the last game first and then a preview of the next game, which is what I'm going to be doing, my homies. So please watch this space. The next time we will have this laptop issues figured out. So let's go. Let's talk about now the MLS season, because we talked about the Champions League. We touched on the Leagues Cup. Now let's talk about the long haul, which is the MLS season. For those viewers that are watching or that will see this on playback, a lot of these subs are from different parts of the world: the UK, Australia, South Korea, and different parts of the world. So I'm going to try and explain as much as possible to kind of give them a grasp of how it is we're doing things here in the MLS, because there's two sides to the MLS, which would be the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, and the Rapids play on the Western Conference part of the MLS. So we will see teams in the Western Conference. I don't know if we see each team twice, but I know we will see the majority of our competition will be teams from the Western Conference, and they do sprinkle in teams from the Eastern Conference, which is where you get these matchups that we don't see regularly, because here we will see Western Conference teams, 2 to 3 times a year. And it's only these Eastern Conference opponents that we will see once, maybe every couple of years. So these Eastern Conference oppositions are just going to be a different type of opponent. And, it might even bring an earlier time zone because they are on the Eastern time zone. So who knows? So with that being said, the Rapids, I don't want to say we just have to focus on the Western Conference, but the majority of our games will go against those opponents. So I guess I should have seen this. How many teams are there in the Western Conference? No way to pull it up now from my tablet. Look, we have to make it to 8th place. Is it 8th place that gives you the playoff? We want to qualify for the playoff rounds. Like I said, you could finish in first place, but that doesn't guarantee that you're gonna win the trophy. It just helps you out when it comes time to the seeding. And of course, you do want to seed as high as possible, but it kind of gives you some sort of insurance or assurance, knowing that if you make it to the last dance, at least you're there to compete with the big boys, right? At least you're there to compete with everybody else that made it. And at that point, it's anybody's ball game. It's a brand new league when it comes time to the playoffs. Do I think the Rapids will make the playoffs this season? I definitely do think the Rapids will make the playoffs this season. I feel like we left ourselves a pretty good starting point with Chris Armas starting last season. I feel like we set a good benchmark. I don't want to feel like we set it too high, because like I said, there was a couple of results there that could have went our way, and like I said, we probably could have progressed a bit more even in the playoffs. So we did do an excellent job under Chris Armas for our first season. I think we've set the bar at a perfect height. I really do. I feel like we left ourselves in the right position to grow from where we left off. Last season will be a perfect way to gauge where we are at with these bigger clubs, because let's just face it, my homies, let's be 1000% real right now. It's always going to be tough to win a league when you're going up against these bigger teams, like your LAFCs, your Columbus Crews, your Miami FCs, your LAFCs. A lot of these bigger market clubs are investing a lot more into their team, and I'm sure into their facilities. And to be able to make it to this last dance, the last 16 or however many there is, you need to be on your A game. You need to have done proper work in your transfer market, which the Rapids were not stagnant. The Rapids made some moves. We signed players in positions that we needed to, and we also, with the draft, we also welcomed a new team into the MLS. San Diego, is it San Diego SC, or San Diego has a new team, so they ended up getting Jasper Loffelson from us. I hope that I said that. Jasper Loffelson. So we've lost some depth. We got rid of Seb Anderson to Athletic. What was the club the homie watches? He's that's his hometown club that Seb went to. But we did make some moves both in and out, and we only want to improve from where hold on. We got rid of Lala. I don't want to say we got rid of, but Lalas Abubakar left the Rapids and went on to another team, Dallas. Is it Dallas FC that he went to? Which is a huge loss for the Rapids, because Lalas Abubakar literally came into the lineup whenever he was called upon and didn't miss a beat. A lot of times, Lalas Abubakar was like, for example, when Moise Bombito left to France, who was there to step into his position? Lalas Abubakar. When was Maxu injured for a little bit? Why was Maxu not playing for a bit? But when Maxu wasn't able to play, who stepped up? Lalas Abubakar. When we needed somebody in that defense, who stepped up? Lalas Abubakar. So this is probably one of our biggest departures of the season, would have to be Lalas Abubakar taken off to FC Dallas. And, did we replace that quality with one of these two new signings? I would hope so. I would definitely hope so. Big up to the people in the chat. I know there's a couple of us here. If you wouldn't mind, please going down and liking the stream. It definitely helps push this video and this type of content out to more people, because not a lot of people know there is Colorado Rapids content. It's just not a place where there's a lot of YouTubers, right? I think besides myself and the homie Jose, who does Fuera del Aire, there's not really much YouTube action with the Colorado Rapids. Twitter space is big. We do have the homies like Judgmental Jim. We have, Holding the High Line, the homies that do that. So the Twitter space is definitely a bit more popping than the YouTube spaces. So any type of help to try and get this type of content out to more people that may not know Colorado Rapids content exists would be a help. So just by clicking a like and being here right now helps out a lot. So appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit about some of our let's talk a little bit about, let me see it, because I know Kellum did ask this question. How good is Rapids? Where are you expected to finish at the end of the season? And who's your favorite player? I don't know exactly where the Rapids, I don't know where we're, I guess, what's the word to say, forecasted? I don't know where we are forecasted to, oh, you know what, my homies? I think I figured out why it's not charging. So that may or may not have done it. You guys, we're back in business. The laptop is on and cracking. The only thing I needed to do was flip a switch at the extension cord, which makes me feel like a jackass. But it's good news because I think we could hop back online and pull some of this stuff up that I wanted to chat about. My homies, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. For those of you still here, I appreciate it because it's about to get on and cracking. At least I hope so, my homies. At least I hope so. Bear with me, my homies. We are back in here. We are back in here. Let's go. Laptop is charging. Damn, I feel like a jackass. Yes, let's go. Let me turn my lights back on. Let's get this one back on. Let's get this one back on. All right, so now I don't feel like such a moron because it is kind of tough to do this, my homies, and especially getting back into the saddle is a bit hard. So let's see, what did I really want to pull up here for you guys to check out? Look, being as we were talking about our players, let's just see if we can't build right now. Let's see if we can't build ourselves a squad. Let's go. Let's go. So what type of system does Chris Armas play? Last season, why did you do that? Yeah, okay. So last season, Chris Armas utilized a 4-2-3-1. The majority of our time, we had 4 defenders, a traditional 2 center backs, and then your left back and right back. That's going to drive me nuts. Why is it doing that? And then we had a double pivot or 2 holding, you know, however you want to say that, of Bassett. And here I have Bassett and Ronan. And then we had what was like a cam. Is that like we're going with the cam with Mihailovic? Right wing, a left wing, and then we had our striker in Rafael Navarro. Now this is, let me just get rid of, let me get rid of this here. Let me get rid of that there. Now, Murphy is a player that just came in this year, a left-footed center back, which is why I decided to put him there as our center back. This would be, I guess, for me right now, my ideal. Why is it doing that? That's going to drive me crazy. This would be for me my ideal center back pairing here with Murphy on the left and Maxu on the right. Sam Vines on the left. Now, my homie Jackson Travis. I know this is where we might be at odds. I do prefer Jackson Travis to start. However, Sam Vines is a more established left back, a bit older, played in Europe with Anderlecht in Belgium. I think that's where I pulled up for him. And again, like I said, on the opposite side, on the right, you have Reggie Cannon, who, of course, in himself is an established U.S. national team. Maxu, international, a Danish international. So off the bat here, you have 4 out of your back 5 established international players. And then you go up ahead of them with Ronan. See, for me, in this type of lineup, I would prefer to put Connor Ronan and Bassett. I know here at times we were playing, who were we playing? Oliver Larraz. Where are you at? We can even drop in Ollie Larraz there. because Oliver Larraz was picking up minutes there towards the end of the season when Cole Bassett was out. Excuse me. So for me, I really enjoy the partnership of right there of Ronan, of Connor Ronan and Cole Bassett. Guys, let me know if you will in the chat. What is your ideal midfield pairing? Is it Connor Ronan and Bassett? Would you throw who else can we put in there? Let me see here. I also have this one here for us. No, that's not it. Okay. Well, we'll just leave it on this one, homies. It seems like it's going in and out, so I don't want to be pressing too many buttons. Let's go. What happens if we type in Rapids here? What will that give us? Colorado Rapids. Okay, so look, my homies, we're off of the lineup here for a second. I'm pressing buttons, just seeing what we have here, and it's showing us. Can I zoom in here a bit more? Will that do anything? No, I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't like how it's doing that. What did I do? We'll go back. We'll go back to the Rapids team. Let's see here. We'll put in the Rapids squad. Why did it do that? See, so I'm barely getting used to this, my homies, but let's go. Our defenders, like I said, let's just go ahead and these would be our defenders again. Andreas Maxu, Chidozie Awaziem. I butchered that one, my homies, I know. Keegan Rosenberry, Reggie Cannon, Samuel Vines, Michael Edwards. I want to say he's homegrown. Ian Murphy, and there we go. We have the homie Jackson Travis. So not a lot of depth on our wings. Let's see. We have Keegan Rosenberry and Reggie Cannon, who I'm assuming will be switching off with minutes on the left. And then, yeah, I'm hoping Sam Vines and Jackson Travis switch off as well on the left-hand side there. I'm sorry. I think I said Keegan he needs to be on the right, and then Sam's on the left. Okay, here's our midfielders. So here's where we will see more of our midfielders. And this is where you see the likes of Connor Ronan, Georgi Mihailovic, who does play a more advanced role in our midfield, Cole Bassett, who is definitely one of those box-to-box midfielders who's going to be giving you his all throughout the 90 minutes. Like I said, last season, I think he literally touched every blade of grass throughout every single game. Oliver Larraz will definitely get minutes this season. And Dauda Amadou, I hope I said that right. Cameroonese player. I don't know much about him. I think he may be new. I don't know anything about him, so I'm not even going to say nothing. You have a young Wayne Frederick, who definitely is an academy product, who will get some minutes this season. And Ali Fadal, is he the new player that we just picked up from Valencia over in Spain, who I'm pretty excited to see play as well. And then, again, we have the young Sam Bassett, who, again, getting his contract with the Colorado Rapids, brother to Cole Bassett. And here's where we do have a bit of, I think this is where last season, Chris Armas was able to tinker with. Of course, we did have injury to Kevin Cabral, the first name you see there. We did have injury to Kevin Cabral. Was it his shoulder or his elbow? Can't remember, but we did see him go out for a bit of time. Omir Fernandez, who plays on either side of the wing, I think the left side is probably, is he more of a left-sided player? We'll see right here. Primary right winger, but also plays in that left wing position, which this is key for Chris Armas's system. Definitely wants to see those versatile players. Omir Fernandez, versatile. New player coming to the Rapids, Theodore Ku de Pietro, or TKD. Is that right? TKD. Theodore Ku de Pietro, player that we just got from DC United, 23 years old. Look at all these players. Look at all of these positions that he's able to play, my homies. That is some versatility right there. And if you're Chris Armas, you're thinking like, I'm going to utilize this young kid as much as I can here. Look, left wing, right wing, attack mid, left mid, center mid, and even striker. Primary position is striker. Will he be splitting minutes with this guy right here, Rafael Navajo, who really grew on me very quick because his infectious and jubilant attitude at just wanting to score goals. Tough patch there with the penalties for a while. But the best thing for a striker is just keep striking, keep shooting, keep going. And as you see here, no versatility, nothing about it. Rafael Navajo is a straight number 9. And he's going to give you goals. Market value of 4.6 million. We just picked up the option to make that permanent. Player from Palmeiras. Darren Yappy. Here's one I'm super happy about. Darren Yappy. Was able to see him score his first MLS goal. Again, player that does offer some sort of versatility to Chris Armas, being able to play as a striker and also giving minutes on the wing there as a right winger. And Calvin Harris, this may be one of my favorite players on the Rapids roster. The only sad thing about it is my homie's a Gooner, but it's okay. It's all good because he rocks the Rapids badge with pride, and I go and support him with nothing but love for the Rapids. Look, not much versatility, a right winger, and that's what he's going to give you. Not afraid to take on his man, not afraid to dribble. Let's see here. Any type of stats that we can get out of here. I'm going to learn how to read these a bit better and be able to bring you guys a much more detailed analysis of these players. But Calvin Harris, for me, easily grew to be one of my favorite players. And then, of course, we have another Canadian. We did have, like I said, we talked about Moise Bombito. Now we're talking about Kimani Stewart. Isn't there another last name there that I could be? I don't know. Kimani Stewart, versatile primary position, playing on the left wing. However, he does offer some versatility playing out on the right. And then Alex Harris. Don't know much about Alex Harris. He must be a new player. Let's just see what happens here. No information on this chap. No information. Must be a youngster. He must just be getting into the squad. Let's see here. Let's go back a bit, my homies. Let's go back because we talked about Zach Steffen, but we didn't really go too much into it, right? Like I said, he's a United States goalkeeper as well. Not much to say about him. A keeper sweeper. You see this part right here. In the 94th percentile as a keeper sweeper. That is because Chris Armas does like to play. Chris Armas does like to play a high line. He likes to play a high press, a commanding high press, if that's a term. And I say that because, like I said, the Rapids will tire these teams out throughout the first half and wait till the second half to literally capitalize on your tiredness and on any type of fatigue that you will be carrying. And that's when we score the majority of our goals, my homies. Let's go. What else did I want to share with you guys on this one? Let me just close that window out. Let me see. Let me pull up a transfer market real quick, because I know I had, let's go, the Colorado Rapids one right here. Let's go. Let me share this page with you guys as well, my homies. Let's go. Okay, let's share this screen with you. I don't know what's up with the ads. Just there's gonna be ads that pop up, of course. We will get them out of the way. So the Colorado Rapids, this is what I wanted to basically start the show with. I wanted to start my stream with this bit of information here and with this screen here, just kind of introducing some of the overseas viewers to the Colorado Rapids. Like I said, we are an American team here in the first tier. We've been in the league for 30 years. We've won one trophy, which would have been the MLS Cup. And that was will it tell me when that was? Was it 2010, my homies, just off the bat? Me thinking. Yeah, 2010. 2010 was when we won that. Is our only trophy. We do, like I said, have the supporters trophy that we share. I say share, we dispute with Real Salt Lake. So this basically would tell us the players that came in. Again, Ian Murphy, a left-footed center back from Cincinnati, came in, and also to Awazim. I hope I said that right. Had come in this season. Cole Bassett holding a knock, it says there. Hamstring injury, return unknown. And Theodore getting a surgery, expected return on March 3rd. Did you guys know that, my homies? What's going on with Cole Bassett? What is going on with Cole Bassett? You had that lingering injury towards the end of the season. And then again here, let's just pull up Rafael Navarro. Get rid of this stuff here. Let's look at his accolades, my homies. Let's look at what Rafael Navarro brings to the Colorado Rapids. Again, this is what I wanted to start my show off with, was being able to take a dive. Why is it doing that? Take a dive into the Rapids. Let's see here. What is this right here? He's won one Brazilian champion. He's a winner of the Supercopa do Brasil, Recopa Sudamericana winner, and that is a fancy trophy right there. Campeonato Brasileiro Serie B champion. So Rafael Navarro is an experienced player, my homies. Look, there he comes with the price tag of 5 million. What is that there? That's going to be euros. That's actually, yeah, that's the euro there, right? So he's an expensive player. The Rapids aren't really known for splashing the cash on players. However, we did make it happen with Rafael Navarro, and easily a fan favorite here in Denver. Current market value. Let's see here. He's sponsored by Puma. 24-year-old. Couple of he's played with Palmeiras, Botafogo, Atletico, Fluminense. So you're getting a baller when you're talking about Rafael. Let's go back to some of these other Rapids players here that we can probably why does it do these freaking things here? All right, my homies. Well, let's go to Georgi Mihailovic. I think we'll just have to press back each time. Okay. Yeah, so we will figure out how to be doing these streams a bit better. Let me see if I can't share this one as well with you guys, my homies. We're here. Let's share the screen here. I just don't like how those ads pop up, you know. We'll go to Georgi Mihailovic here. All right, my homies. Now we are looking at Georgi Mihailovic, easily one of our more creative players. Georgi Mihailovic is Georgi Mihailovic last season. We will pull up some of his stats. Let's see here. Let's see what this trophy is here. Canadian Cup winner. Canadian Cup winner. Okay, so he did play with Toronto FC. Is that right? Let's go down here. Oh, Montreal. Montreal. I apologize. He played with Montreal, so he must have won the Canadian Cup when he played there. Let's see. So he came through the academy at the Chicago Fire, then made his played for Chicago, went to Montreal for Montreal, went to Europe with AZ Alkmaar. We know them for being a Dutch outfit. And, you know, the Eredivisie is a very tough league. So how long was he out there in Holland, which would have been about a year? So he did about a year and some change playing in Holland. And some of our players did do some playing out there in Europe. You know, you have Connor Ronan. Let's pull up Connor Ronan. Okay, I like how this is working now. Now we're able to stay on the same page. Connor Ronan from Rochdale, England, a citizen of Ireland, a central midfielder. Let's see here. 1.5 million euro tag on him. Central midfielder, attacking midfielder, and even a defensive midfielder. One thing I will say about Connor Ronan is he's very techy with his feet. Plenty of times I've seen him be fairly press resistant. Knows how to be his man with his feet. And he doesn't really, I mean, not to take anything away from it, but he just doesn't look like the most technical of players. And like I said, very, very comfortable with the ball on his feet. A bit of a career here for Connor Ronan. Started off with Rochdale, made his way to Wolves, played in England with Wolves, Portsmouth. You see different type of teams. Played with Blackpool, then went over to Grasshoppers. And then St. Mirren, which is a Scottish team, back to Wolves, and then he came to the Colorado Rapids from Wolves. So like I said a bit earlier, my homies, the Rapids are, you know, we did lose some quality and some depth in our midfield and in our I guess throughout our whole squad for that matter. But we do have some quality players to rely on. Like I said here, and like some that I went through, I kind of just highlighted those three players just to, you know, just for now. I mean, I wanted to highlight a lot more, but I don't really want to. I don't like how I'm having some issues with the whole techie stuff. So we'll have to figure that stuff out, my homies. Let me see. Let's pull this up real quick, though. We'll go here. All right, let's see our matches coming up. We have our next match here. Let me go ahead and share this one now. All right, let's share this one, my homies. This is our next game, Tuesday, February 18th at the Dick at Dick Sporting Goods Park. Gonna be a tough game, but a perfect way to reincorporate the fans back into tailgating, back into getting into the stadium and filling it up. I hope we're able to sell out that game because it's always fun when it's like that, my homies. A huge competition. This is for a spot in the Champions League. Here, let's just go ahead and cancel that out. I don't like how it's doing that. This is a spot. This is for a spot into the Champions League. And let's go, my homies. Do I think we'll win? Fuck yeah, I think we'll win. But let's go, my homies. We're gonna do another live stream next week, maybe Wednesday. I might just hold down this Thursday spot. Don't know yet, but expect another live stream in the coming days. We definitely are going to discuss and talk about the match against LAFC, and then we will be looking forward to the next upcoming match. Don't forget, my homies, we're starting this season off in St. Louis against the pesky SC. A lot of us are going to be traveling, myself included. The family and I are going to road trip to St. Louis, and we'll catch whoever decides to pull up. We'll see you guys there, my homies. Look, if you made it this far into the video, into the live stream, bam, I want to give you one of those. Thank you for stopping by. I'm not going to lie, I was a bit nervous, and then having these technical issues that I brought upon myself by not clicking one button over there kind of made this stream take its own course. But, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad that it did it because it threw a curveball. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video, my homies, and we'll catch you guys in about a week's time. Like I said, on here, not only is it Come On You Spurs, but it's also up